Okay. Shuffled? Yes. Cool. So, let us begin.
Is this Firefly by Owl City?
Maybe.
It is a rendition of it for sure. I was sitting here like this is familiar. What is this?
I know, I had to wait till it got to a certain point. I'm like, yeah, it definitely is.
It may
I
be,
mean, that works.
but just in folk tune.
It translates well, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
fire sandwich. Anyways, you all have decided to come to this renowned pudding fair. Whether to sponsor your own goods, find out anything magical happening with the city, or just to fuck around. However, because of the popularity of this fair, when you all get there, all normal hotel rooms seem to have been booked from most of the hotels. You all wind up in the attic of one of these hotels in this mismatch kind of half thrown together room with beds. And that's about it. There's some stacks of whatever they used to store here, but it's just one giant attic that all 5 of you are now in. It's your hotel room. And
Notably needed.
we start at the morning of the pudding fair. The crow of a rooster wakens you from slumber, followed by the sound of a brass bell band cranking up. Roll up for the pudding fair, a voice cries from the street below. Peering up the wind from the attic, you see a crowd of happy halflings and gnomes bustling towards the fairgrounds on the village greens. 7 o'clock in the morning of the day of the annual Honey Pot Pudding Fair. What would you guys like to do?
So, what's the entrance of this fair look like?
Let me give you a handout and also give you a bigger map version of it.
Awesome.
There's your map of the village. So you're staying outside the fairgrounds, so you have to walk about a minute to get inside the fairgrounds.
We're
I love
like-
the little cow at 3. He's such a good boy. I'm proud of him.
We're like right around here somewhere.
Yeah, you're down further off the map.
Okay, so who's here first?
I think we're in a shared
waking up there.
hotel room right now.
Mm-hmm. Shared hotel room.
Oh, okay.
You guys all got to a hotel room. The last available one that you were told was there. And they have a few beds set up in the attic where you're all sharing the same room.
So it's kind of like a hostel.
It's kind of like a
essentially.
hostel for that specific because they ran out of rooms,
Mhm.
but more people wanted rooms, so they're like, ah, fuck. Make the attic the place, sure. So, there is a very small window, only one window, that faces out. That you can kind of glimpse the road and the beginning entrance of the fair.
Alright, so who's up first? That's probably a better question.
I believe the idea was that we were being woken up.
Yes.
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the
there was-
morning. There's a rooster call, and there's now people yelling about the fair, and there's a very loud band now going down the street.
Axid sits up looking extremely grumpy. She definitely asked for as many pillows and blankets as she could.
You got like one extra blanket and pillow.
Oh, she was so upset by this. She definitely acted a bit like a Karen about the situation, but
Mhm.
she eventually tried to build herself as luxurious of a bed as possible, and she is not happy about being woken up so early. I think she like gets startled awake and is just like sitting there with like very narrow eyes, just like seething a bit and trying to wake up.
I think Feli is just like startled out of bed, and she like almost rolls out, but like kind of flips on the floor and like plops on her butt out of bed, and she immediately goes to make sure she has everything ready for the day. So she like scrambles up and starts rifling through her bags, muttering about being late.
All right.
Oh, could we go around and introduce our characters? Like what they look like and stuff?
Okay, so we had Axid and Felly.
Apparently,
Yeah, you guys do yours 1st. Let's
Mhm.
do it in order.
Okay. Well, Axid is a blue dragonborn. I'm trying to remember how big she is. She's not that tall, especially for a dragonborn. She's only about 5'5". She is decked out in very luxurious sleeping clothes right now, like a full nightgown and everything. And before, when she came in, she was dressed in very fancy clothes as well.
kind of fancy schmancy. Feli is obviously a wizard, but she is also um, an Eladrin elf. Got blue skin and is it green? Fuck, I forgot what color my character
Green
is.
hair.
Green, blue. She's blue and has green hair.
Yes.
There. But she's kind of tealish. And she has all of the like traditional accoutrements of a wizard. So she has a wizard hat. She has a staff, and she has not a sparkly robe, but she wears a simple white robe. And, she always carries a book and a satchel full of writing supplies. Some kind of dork.
Nerd.
Chris.
All right, so, Axid, when you wake up, it is immediately apparent that Dwagon is not here, or at least not in like eyesight, and I don't know what exactly you do as you get up, but there is just a little short as underneath the bed that you were in is a small kobold who is trying to play his horn. It's little blue kobold, very large eyes, blue, and has like the like I don't know how to the I don't know what it's called, the underwear that's like scraps of cloth. I don't know what that's
diaper?
called. It's not a
Loincloth?
diaper. Loincloth. There you go. Thank you. And he's currently like just trying his best to blow into his horn. Unfortunately, his horn is clogged up by the covers that he was given the night before, and he does not realize that it is blocking the horn.
An idiot. Little idiot.
Sometimes idiots are babies. Sometimes babies
Sometimes
are
babies are idiots.
Sometimes our baby idiot.
Alright. Craig,
Mules.
your turn.
Uh, as the rooster does his thing, this dwarf, relatively young-looking dwarf, if you saw him walk in the night before, he is probably about 5'1", 5'2", probably the tallest dwarf you've seen in a very long time. And he just like, damn that rooster. He's wearing like common looking clothes. He has tattoos, like runic tattoos up his arms, and he has this bushy red beard with red hair that match. Like it's a perfect like 1-to-1 ratio of like hair to beard. It is perfect. And even though he like slept sort of on his face throughout the night, somehow his beard and his mustache are prestige still, like perfectly groomed somehow. He looks around. Morning. It's a good day for drinking, it ain't.
Alex?
More spraying into the more of the horn noises.
Axid just narrowly glares at you.
I will also, while Dwagon is blowing his horn, Broof will take out his lute and try to match the same little ping of his horn as well as he is blowing his horn.
To like make it sound like the Dwagon is succeeding or just matching?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of matching, but also like making it seem like he's succeeding in blowing this horn.
Okay. Make a performance check. See if you can match exactly the pitch.
Performance.
The non-existent pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Oh yeah, 100% you do.
I'm good at performance.
Make the perfect
Dragon, you
horn.
believe that you are now very good at blowing the horn. You've succeeded exactly what you want to do.
I
feel incredibly
begin
proud.
blowing faster.
Yep. And it follows perfectly.
Axid is so upset. Why? Why?
Noise is dreadful.
So now you have the band down the street that's slowly fading, but now you have the inside your hotel room.
I mean, it's also a very elegant, like, strum as well. It's not like anything bad behind you. It's amazing.
I don't know, I feel like Dragon has a kazoo. That's just what I've been picturing instead of a
kazoo.
true horn is
Amazing.
a kazoo.
Oh, it's like you know those horns that are just a single
Oh, like a
metal piece?
vuvuzela? Like a vuvuzela?
I have no idea what that
It's
was
a
a
soccer
word.
horn.
It's the big soccer horn that
Mhm.
kills everyone.
That kills everyone.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
It's super loud.
Alright, Alex.
Another thing that likely irritates Axid is when she got in the night before, there was in fact just a chicken sitting on a pillow. A pillow she cannot have because it belongs to the chicken, and the standing at a solid 1 foot tall little almost insectoid pixie that seems to be quite happily still asleep against the chicken.
Or Mighty Steed by any number of names.
Wait, did you get a whole bed?
I don't know, did they give me a whole bed?
That's honestly all they would have. They wouldn't really have any sort of smaller accommodations for you.
I'm so upset that he got a full bed.
So
Yeah, so I've got a full bed, and in the middle of it is stacked the blanket, and on top of the blanket is the pillow, and on top of the pillow is the chicken. And leaning against the chicken is a little fairy.
great. So there's just a chicken power tower in the fucking corner there, on top of the
Chicken
bed.
Power Tower.
He
Wagon
kinda
gets very bored very quickly, and then like climbs up onto the bed next to Axid, and says, "Hungry."
There's not gonna be any room service here either. Alright, fine. Give me a bit and I'll get ready and we can go get something.
Chicken.
Oh, you want to eat that chicken?
Chicken. He's like pointing over at the chicken.
You see Axid very seriously consider this. No, not that one. It belongs to the moth.
Oh.
Just let me get ready.
That is a pixie.
Oh my gosh, this song.
Right, yes.
Okay. And he starts gnawing on his horn.
So Axid starts her long process of putting on makeup and getting ready for the day. Which will take her about an hour.
Alright. So Axid and Dwagon are staying in the room for an hour. What are the rest of you
Lol.
guys
God.
doing?
Hi guys.
I think the pixie will start to wake up about now at hearing that his chicken is being threatened. Kind of stretch and look about the room. Good morning, friends, I guess, people of the room.
Aye.
Good morning.
How tall is Dwagon?
Waving.
How tall is Dwagon?
Yeah,
2 feet.
2 feet.
Oh, can you please make like a size chart?
Okay, let's see if I can successfully make a size chart. I will need posted sizes.
I will post it in game for you. 2 feet.
Thank you. I kind of had that one, but
Can dwarves get to 5 feet?
Let me go check. I will check for you.
Don't think by vanilla they can, but
Oh, we're gonna be a short squad.
That's fine, it's just short city.
No, that's
it
fair.
is
It's
a very
just
short
funny.
city.
What kind of dwarf are you?
Mountain.
Mountain dwarf.
Like,
No, you cannot.
be lost.
Well, okay. You can hit a maximum of 4'8".
It's almost 5
So,
feet.
4
I rolled for you 4'3" and 157 pounds.
I think he can be
Yes.
5 foot. He can be a tall boy.
Yeah,
It's
I don't care.
fine.
You can be 5
I
foot.
don't mind him being a tall boy. But 5 feet is gonna be like
I did say it was probably the tallest dwarf you've ever seen.
is gonna be the upper limit.
That's fine.
5 foot.
5 foot.
Even.
Not 4'11", 5 feet. That's important.
Yep. We round up
Depends on
around
whether
here.
or not he's gone to sleep recently.
But as Axid is getting dressed, he's gonna go over to the fairy or pixie, whatever. Chicken.
This is Duck. Duck, say hi. the chicken does not say hi.
Hi. That's chicken.
But he's duck.
No, that's chicken.
Yeah, duck the chicken.
No, he's chicken.
Duck the chicken.
You just hear like a very low growl come from Dwagon, and he just starts stomping, saying, "Chicken, chicken, chicken!"
But his name is Duck.
Chicken!
Between them, your child is getting unruly.
She's still putting on makeup and she looks over and she says, sorry, before 10 a.m. he's not my child. She keeps putting on makeup.
Chicken!
I see.
Yeah, I think we go back and forth for a while about the
If
reality.
he does it one more time, he just lifts the bed and he just starts shaking it. Chicken!
Wagon, put the bed down.
Chicken!
What have I told you about temper tantrums? They are beneath us.
Chicken! As he sets the
I mean,
bed
he is
down.
kind of beneath me right now.
I believe most things are above him, actually.
That's not true. I can fly. Like flies higher than your head.
She was referring to the kobold.
Hungry!
You just stay in the hotel for an hour and argue about chicken?
I mean, I'm getting ready with makeup
Yes.
and my
I'm getting
clothes,
out, like-
taking out my clothes.
I get
Who's
bored of this
leaving?
and then start leaving to go get food at some point.
Okay. Baruf?
I do the same.
Okay.
Before like the whole like back and forth chicken duck, I were like, well, my wonderful roommates, I'm gonna go to town. Anyone care to join me?
Yes, of course.
Well, no. Hopefully I'll run into you sometime later. As she, again, keeps putting on makeup.
I said...
Alright.
Hey.
So,
You cannot rush perfection, Dwagon.
grumbles and then just like falls to the floor.
One shot my ass.
yeah. I'm struggling to get you guys out of the room.
No, I'm sorry. You could have just said an hour passes and I'm gone and I'm out. It's good.
It's all good. Go ahead.
Would it be common in the town if Bruf had his axes on him?
They're for juggling.
They wouldn't per se make you take them off, but you will get like a few like cautious looks, but most people don't seem to mind.
It's looks that Bruf have seen many, many times. He cares not about their looks.
Alright.
Only about his own.
I have
And
a
it is
14 charisma.
A dwarf,
I'm
so-
a damn good looking dwarf.
Okay. So I guess just to speed things up, say an hour has passed. And everyone leaves the room at the same time. So as you're walking down the street to go to the fair, you notice like a group of children startling a goose, and it flares into a nearby gnome, causing her to drop a tray of cakes. And everyone just kind of like gasps, and the children like look terrified and run away into the crowd as like this lady screams after them. A few people stop to help her pick up the cakes, try to salvage as much as they have.
The waste.
Keep going down the road. Finally passing through the gates and you look around. Someone gives out these little maps of where things are. Similar to what it is, but a bit less in detail. Just a general map of like items that you want to look at, food, places you can go get, that kind of thing. So what would people like to do?
I'd just like to state as a point of order, I always am using detect magic, basically.
Okay.
She will pause and cast it as a ritual and keep it up. As like every 10 minutes.
Alright.
Basically.
Broof would
She
walk
is
over
gathering
to
data.
Like,
Well,
cast it as a ritual, cast it, or
Yes.
okay.
It is important. Need to see if magic.
Okay.
Okay.
I want breakfast.
Breakfast.
How does eel sound? I hear there's an eel eating contest.
Usually I don't try to eat my own weight in food. I think an eel's bigger than me.
There are several species, but some are quite a bit smaller, actually.
Okay, let's go eat eels.
Okay. So everyone's going to the alien competition?
Sure.
Apparently, yeah.
Is it free?
Well, you'll see when you get there.
Because if there's a sorry, go ahead, never mind.
If there's a free place to eat?
No, you go ahead and do the eel eating contest. If
Okay.
it's free, Axon's gonna sign up Dwagon for it.
Alright.
Child abuse.
So you start walking through the main road. There's a lot of people here. You start looking around. A lot of people singing, dancing, drinking, a lot of laughter. Just the entire vibe here is just very happy and energetic. You pass by the huge tent that once you pass by it, you smell like this very sweet, almost like sticky aroma that wafts through from out of the tent flaps whenever people walk through it. And you make your way back to a little tent area. As I read.
Wheels.
So you see this man standing, kind of shouting, being like, anyone who wants to challenge themselves in the eating eel competition. It tests your eye-hand coordination, stamina, and gag reflexes. It is only 5 gold pieces to participate. Or if you want to watch people gag on eels, please come in and, like, watch. And there's, like... he's gotten kind of lazy about it. He's up on a stool trying to, like, get people's attention. He gets, like, every now and then, he gets a few looks and claps, but
5 gold.
there doesn't seem to be that big of a crowd around it.
Food? Food?
It's a horrid pastime.
Food?
It's expensive.
Food!
What happened? What do you get if you win? Did they actually say that?
Oh, no, they didn't.
Can I go ask him what happened? Like,
Mhm.
what do you get if you win?
Oh, 20 gold. You get 20 gold if you're able to eat as many eels as you can and keep them down. Whoever has the most wins 20 gold.
Food?
I look down at Dwagon, and I said, "So Dwagon, there is going to be a food eating competition.
Food?
Mm-hmm. You have to eat as much food as you can and more than anybody else.
He starts beating his chest with his little hands, you know?
Listen, this is... You have to prove that as dragons we are the mightiest.
Starts beating faster.
You can't lose to any of these little races, okay?
dragon strongest.
Exactly. Show them the true might of the dragon. I'll pay 5
I
gold.
love the song that matches this. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay,
Epic
you pay 5
swell.
gold. The man smiles
Yeah.
and gestures you in, and he says with a loud voice, "And that, my folks, is the last participant of the first round of the day. The eel eating competition is about to begin." And you see like a lot of people, more people turn to like come surround this tent, and as you walk inside, there's this large vat full of water and just moving objects. There's a few other people there, about 6 of you in total.
Mm-hmm.
And they all are surrounding this vat, kind of rolling up their sleeves and getting ready. Seeing that Dwagon is very short compared to the other ones, ironically, they get him a little step stool so he can reach into the water.
Very good.
I sit off to the side and I pull out a fan to cover most of my face because this is going to be disgusting.
Okay.
So,
Watch and warp with fascination.
Jamie, how big is this vat of eels?
Compared to you, it's like pretty big. It's a good, probably not 10 feet, but like 8 feet wide.
Like all the way across.
Yeah, all the way across.
How many, like, can I kind of try to gauge how many eels are in here?
You glance in, and it's very dark and kind of hard to see, but you can see like quite a few blurs of like movement flowing through the water as it like ripples the top of it. The material on the sides are meant to block out a lot of the light, so it makes it a bit more difficult to try to grab any of the eels inside.
Okay. Can I get close to this, or is it because the competition is starting not?
They usually ask for audience to give the contestants about 5 feet, but you can get to the front.
Okay, what I would like to do
Mm-hmm.
is, I have a pound of cinnamon that I would like to add to this pile of eels, essentially. I would like to
What?
toss it in there, essentially.
What
Okay.
the fuck?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's bad. It's a very big bag.
Pound
Okay.
is like kind of a big bag of cinnamon.
Like how big of a bag?
It's a pound of cinnamon.
Pound of cinnamon. Okay.
How is a 1 pound creature? Wait, how heavy are you?
I don't know how heavy I am. I
It's magic,
didn't
it's fine.
calculate that.
You're one.
He'll be a pound lighter.
True, that's very true.
A sizable
Um,
percentage of you.
Well, let's go see how
Does
big
cinnamon
you can
kill
be.
eels?
Doubtful. I just wanted it to. It sounded funny.
That's a good fucking question.
Like, cause.
I more wanted to affect the participants, honestly. I wanted them to, like, take a bite of eel and be like, that's weird.
For only a pound of cinnamon, though.
Cinnamon sticks
Yeah, it does.
often come from China and often contain a small amounts of a chemical that is harmful to aquarium animals. That's as far as I can.
But it's chemical. This isn't like.
Yeah, I have no
So I
idea.
think cinnamon is fine.
Should be okay.
And if it sticks, it's not like powder. It should just sink to the bottom.
I'm just giving some
All right,
flavor.
all right, all right.
The
Okay,
world's
so-
worst soup.
So you fly up to this vat, and you feel quite confident that you threw in this bag of cinnamon sticks without anyone noticing.
Nice. Fly somewhere, kind of try to be up almost in the rafters of this tent to see, because I'm short and it's hard to see when I'm on the ground.
Okay. So as everyone else begins to settle into either the chairs or sitting down, like watching, a few kids are giggling in the front, kind of pointing at each other, and the referee stands up and looks to all the contestants. Everyone ready? A few nods, grunts. One of the men, this little like halfling man, just goes, "I was born ready for this." He looks very pumped up. And the conductor, the judge, lifts his handkerchief in the air and then throws it down on the ground. Go! I need you, Chris, to make a sleight of hand check to see if you can grab an eel.
Got you covered. Wagon attempts to grab an eel. Sleight of hand.
All right. Without any trouble, you stick your hands into this vat, and you dig your claws into the first thing that you can feel, and it worms and wiggles in your hands, but you're able to grab onto and pull out this giant eel. So, I need you to make a Constitution save to see if you can swallow the whole eel.
Oh.
Okay, you just make it. So you struggle because it's a bit bigger than you were expecting it, but you push through because of how hungry you are, and you just shove it down your throat.
I also
imagine-
say you do have bardic inspiration if you didn't see that.
Yes.
Yes, I see. I like stick it in my mouth and like I realize suddenly it's probably as long as me, maybe.
Yeah. The kind of realization of a child goes, oh no, this is big. But you get it down. You go back to try to grab another eel, so make another sleight of hand check.
Doing this on Twitch would be against TOS.
No, I'm gonna hold on to the bardic. So 13.
It slips through your fingers a bit, but you're able to grab a second one and pull it out of the water. Make another Constitution saving throw. Without issue this time. You know how big this eel is. In fact, this one's a bit smaller. So you just, without issue, just open your mouth and drop it in, and it just goes down super easily. Sleight of hand check.
I love this song. It's perfect. Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm. Again, grab another one without ease.
And swallow.
Again, it just drops down your throat. And as you're about to reach your hands in to grab another one, you is just like gagging, trying to hold back all of it. But all of a sudden, you're all distracted as this man starts begins gagging, and you look over to see one of the contestants has tried to stick 3 eels down his throat at the exact same time and has begun choking.
Bro.
He's just violently gagging, trying to get them out as they're half in his mouth, wiggling around and just ripping at his mouth.
That's why I'm throwing up.
I'm gonna. Can I reach over? Can I reach him from where I am?
Yeah, he's 2 over from you.
Okay, I'm gonna reach over and grab one of the eels and try to eat it.
Okay.
I know, it's much more feral, but all I could think of is Lady in the Tramp.
Okay, so
Oh
they're
my God.
really stuck in there, so either make a strength check if you don't care about injuring him, or a medicine check to try to get it out without hurting him.
That is unfortunate for this man. So I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, so as a crowd begins to gather around him, trying to offer him help to try to get these eels out of his mouth, you just reach over and rip one out, and blood follows out. And the other 2 are able to fall out of his mouth, but now his mouth is just bleeding.
Oh,
And you just take it, and you're not able to swallow it. there's this
This eel
very
is fighting for its life.
there's this very specific flavor to it that wasn't with the other two. Not metallic, but a bit stronger, and you kind of spit out of your mouth as your tongue begins to like go numb.
It's bad. And then I reach over and try to pull one out of the vat. As this guy's probably dying on the ground.
Yeah, at this point, they have stopped the competition, and they're trying to tend to this poor man. I'm gonna show you what he looks like.
Like a corpse.
Nope. This was just some self-revenge, in my own case.
Huh.
That fucking asshole.
He's
No,
just
no.
doubled over with like some like blood pouring out of his mouth as like someone's come over and like has given him a handkerchief to hold it, and he's just like trying to play it off and everything, like, "Oh, I'm fine, bro." And he gets taken out of the tent to a medic somewhere. People are like, "Oh, we have to take it to the medical tent." Like, "Oh, I'll take him over here." And the judge of the competition kind of turns around and goes, "Well, I guess that's the end of the competition." And he begins to kind of look around. And the other contestants, like, a few of them look sick. A few of them look fine. And then there's Dwagon still reaching into the vent trying to eat more. So, he just kind of goes, "Okay. I guess since we have an injury, he's officially disqualified, so I have to roll something. See how the other guys did." Just see. Okay. There has been a tie. Usually,
I'm sorry, that's the picture for boss.
yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, and he choked on eels and is injured.
I feel like this is like a little bit of payback.
It is.
That is what she said.
It's what I said. It's my personal vendetta payback.
I didn't realize that's what it was.
Vengeance.
So there's been a tie. So Dwagon is given 10 gold, and another one of our participants is given 10 gold. What is this song? Chill. Okay. And the folks begin to kind of crowd out. There's now like people talking to me like, "Oh, Porter, like I hope he's okay. Oh, I really hope that nothing ripped out of his throat. Like that could be really dangerous. Oh, did you hear about the one guy last year who had his vocal cord ripped out? Man, that was really bad." And another person's like, "I don't get why they keep doing this every year." And another person's like, "Oh, it's because it's so funny." And everyone just kind of disperses. It
Mutilation.
seems like the next trial is going to be for like another hour or two.
Has anybody taken Dwagon off of the vat of eels?
No, he was promised like to eat as much food as he wanted, so I'm gonna let him.
Parenting.
It's not parenting. I paid 5 gold.
And you got 10 back.
Yeah.
So I think once it's kind of settled down again and you have received your gold, the judge kind of looks over and goes, "Oh, he was
God.
supposed to stop," and like goes over to pick up Dwagon.
I wouldn't touch him. Oh.
Dude! As he like grabs the guy and is like holding him back away from him as he's like reaching in for another eel. Food!
This guy's life flashes before his eyes.
Yeah.
Accidentally goes over and like leans next to Dragon and shrugs, and she says, "I mean, he was promised as much as he can eat."
That's not how this competition goes. We need more eels for the rest of the day.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You were promised to eat as many eels until you gag, and he's still going.
He kind of looks at you and frowns and walks away, seeming to be talking to another halfling in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
This halfling compared to the judge is a lot more built, and he seems to be like he was in like another stall over doing some sort of woodworking, and once this man has talked to him, he starts walking over with the judge.
Okay. I think while they're like off there, I look at Dragon. I'm like, do those taste good? Do you want to keep eating?
I think he like picks one up. Now.
Well, you want me some gold. I'll buy you something else, okay?
Okay. He just drops the eel and then like climbs down off it. He's like doing like the slow climb off. You know, that kids do as they get down a little bit and then
Hey, we start to leave.
food.
All right.
With these fascinating people leaving, I'll get down from the rafters and follow because I also am hungry.
Okay.
Baruch, did you see Ice Strongest Dragon?
I am for some reason no longer hungry.
No, yeah, no. Like watching that whole event and having like the eels rip out like a good chunk of this man's mouth. A lot of people don't really feel like eating anymore.
Not gonna lie, that was more entertaining than I thought it'd be. Good show, good show.
I will mention, Faylee, that even with your detect magic, there doesn't seem to be that many traces of it around. Besides, like, a few knickknacks and whatnot that some of the fair people have on them. Nothing huge, though.
Understood. I note each and every one of the mundane items.
Okay.
Again!
Maybe later. I don't want you to get all, full of eels. You might not be able to fight as well. But we'll get you something else to eat.
Okay.
Alright. You guys step out of the tent and look around. Where else would you like to go for the day?
Apparently I have to get food for him.
Alright. There are some, like, little tents set up for, like, odd ends of, like, normal food, like street food, so there's chicken and drinks kind of sold everywhere. But on the map specifically, there is a candy shop.
Mmm.
Danger.
I'll get him chicken because he was asking for that earlier.
Okay, it's like a silver piece.
Alright, is there coffee?
Not at any of the close stalls, but once you get further into the entrance, there were a few that had coffee. Coffee and hot chocolate and that kind of thing.
I'll grab a coffee for myself, and I know, I figure we'll probably do one of the more physical challenges.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to the group. Let's figure out what the group wants to do.
No, that's fair. I'm sorry.
Kind of just observing, so.
Alright.
I also grab food.
Yeah, no issue there. There's like food tents everywhere you go. There is no limit of food.
Is the chicken like whole drumstick
Oh yeah,
chicken?
it's like
or
a
is
whole
it...
drumstick chicken that's been like fried.
Oh.
It's like normal fair food.
Is there
Super good and really unhealthy.
Is there steak on a steak?
Yes.
That's what Broof is gonna get. Steak
Okay.
on a steak.
That's
Sounds like a
amazing.
mistake.
Oh, now I'm so hungry. What the fuck?
Sorry.
That's taking a long time.
Um. Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things. There's yard sales, puppet shows, there's an archery contest, there's like stand-up comedians, there's the oil board contest that's going on soon.
What is Storm the Castle?
So you read into a little flyer because it gives you like little short things of what each event is. And Storm the Castle is specifically a child's game. It's for a game where your kid enters and they basically play oh, what's that one game?
King of the Hill?
No, it's not King of the Hill. It's where you have to run to the other side of the enemy's line and get back and
Capture
like
the
drop
flag?
something. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I'm a child, clearly. I mean, I'm small. I want
Is
to. I want
there-
to play Capture the Flag.
Can you win something from this?
It doesn't say on the brochure because it is just a kids game. Most people just put their kids in to like run some steam out. But you can go find out.
Maybe later.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Does the thing actually give like little descriptions of each?
I can give you descriptions of each.
How about the caricaturist? Number 12.
Characterist. Okay. Let's see. So
Charac-
it is one of the hometown artists has set up this little stand where you can pay for her to get a sketch of you. You know, like at those
Yeah, yeah.
fairs, yeah, like it's just
Mhm.
like really like sketch drawings or paintings, whatever you want to, how long you want to stand there for.
All right. And let's see. What else don't we know? How about the Fool the Psychic?
Fool the psychic.
It's definitely one that Veli's interested in.
Okay, so it is a halfling who can guess anything about who you are and get it right. Like, how old are you, where you were born, so forth and all that. Her guesses are like 90% accurate, so what people say.
Ooh, let's go do that.
So she can very much just like read everything about you.
Let's go do that. Let's see what creepy shit she comes up with for everybody. I mean, unless somebody else has something else they want to do.
Well, I want to go look at the big pudding first. I want to see the reason we came here.
The big pudding does seem pretty cool.
The
Okay.
pudding.
Big pudding.
The pudding.
The pudding. The whole reason of this
We'll do the
fair.
best first. God.
Okay, so you walk inside this tent and you're immediately like just assaulted with the very sweet aroma of this giant pudding that's just in the middle of the room. There's stout tables and benches that radiate around the great pudding in a circle, and this big, giant gelatinous like pudding is 10 feet long in diameter. It is huge. And there are just people there that are making sure that it doesn't melt or it's taken care of, that no one's trying to eat it before the event. But there are many people in here just coming to see the pudding in its full glory before it gets cut later that night.
Oh.
It looks
Acid, what's that?
delicious.
Well, that is pudding.
Pudding.
It's like sweet soup?
Oh, I want sweet soup.
Well, if you win enough stuff today, you'll get some.
He starts beating his chest, saying, "Sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup."
Just to give you a better idea of what kind of pudding it is, I put a picture of what it looks like. But, like, giant.
I want to jump on it,
It's like
but I
milk
won't.
pudding.
Sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet
Bounce
soup,
off,
sweet
hit the
soup.
ceiling, and are killed.
Yup. Yeah, there is a lot of kids in here that want to get close to it, but there's specifically people there to make sure that no one gets too close to the pudding.
I think Dwagon's like already trying to get over there, and I imagine they're just like
You get stopped like
blocking him.
immediately. Yeah, immediately.
I told you.
Longest.
Well, you have to prove that, Dwagon, or you don't get any.
How I prove?
Well, how do we normally prove it?
We win.
Exactly.
Baru! We go win! As he storms out like hand held high, you know?
Yeah. I follow behind him, just
Okay.
Have you installed a leash for him, or is it like...
I think he has the harness on right now, but I haven't attached it yet.
Okay.
Okay, so after visiting this giant pudding, you all
Mhm.
go to the Fool the Psychic. Unless someone
let's
wants
go
to go somewhere else.
Let's go see the Fool of Psychic. We gotta pass time before we see the we get to touch the giant pudding, right? It's gonna be like a huge event where everybody gets a piece.
Yeah, that's at sunset.
Okay.
It's like, by this point it's probably around 9 a.m.
Me beat Psychic.
So as you're walking down the road, this old gnome kind of steps in front of you guys and is like, "Do you guys want to try my sour candy apples? They're only 1 copper a piece."
Food?
Can't hear you, Alex.
He just said, "I've heard this one before." No.
The man kind of huffs and is like, "Well, suit yourself," and then
Food!
walks away.
Food! And he's like tugging at Axe's, pants or whatever she has. Food!
What? You just had chicken.
He gives like the puppy dragon eyes. Food.
Win something first, then food.
He sits down and he like plops to the ground and then folds his arms. Food.
What have I told you? Dragons don't pout.
Me beat Psychic, then food.
I told you, win and then you'll get food. Or do you think you can't win?
How I win?
What are we at, the Fool thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to beat this one. I don't think you beat this one per se.
Belly! Belly!
It's
Belly!
but
How I beat Psychic.
I don't know. I need to observe your methods.
You go look, I go watch.
Those mean the same thing, but yes.
And he like pushes on your like leg behind you to push you towards the psychic person.
All right. So, you see, as I scroll through all my people, this one.
Yeah.
You see this young halfling, kind of sitting
I'm
at this
stealing
table. She's kind of fiddling with like something under the table, but as you guys approach, she perks up. Oh, are you here to try hand at my fortune reading skills? Well, not fortune, but...
I win.
Oh? You think you can confuse me enough that I get your question wrong?
I win.
You win. Okay. Well, let me tell you the rules. Anyone can pay a silver piece and write down a question or say a question to me. I will then try to guess the answer of your question, and if I'm right, I keep the silver piece, but if I'm wrong, you win a gold piece.
Hmm. Looks at Belly. I need question.
Your age, perhaps?
Okay. Where I write?
She hands you a chalkboard.
Picks up the chalk, and like a child, has it like whole-handedly,
Mm-hmm.
and starts writing, and hands it back, and it's just a bunch of squiggly lines.
I believe we need to write the question on the paper.
I did.
Such confidence.
Uh-huh.
I think she kind of stares at it for a bit and kind of tilts her head and goes, kind of like looks up at you. She kind of stares for a bit, thinking, And underneath your scribbles, she writes the number 3 and hands it back to you.
Wrong! And he holds up the 3. He holds up 3 digits. I'm Fistmanny.
And she goes,
She is
yes.
correct.
1, 2, 3.
And I detected no magic.
No magic, no.
Interesting.
Looks back down at his digits. Looks down. Looks up at her. Looks down at the digits.
Now, the way
One.
your she got it correct.
2. 3. Actually, what this say as he holds up the chalkboard to her?
Yes, that looks very nice. She's like not paying attention.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great drawing. Good job.
Looks back down. Okay, I try again.
All right.
How old am I? As he writes it again.
Yeah,
And then
she'll go back and forth with you as many times as like it takes. At this point, she's like not taking the money. She's just finding this very amusing.
Good, because I wasn't gonna pay for more than maybe 2.
Yeah.
and then he seems to get angry, but he's not like mad at her or anything. He just seems frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine there's a way for me to
She's strong.
see what she was fiddling with under the table.
So she's pretty distracted with Dwagon. So you kind of step a few feet to her side to get like around the table, and you just see like this little knitting set that she has like in a basket beside her. You think that's what she does in her spare time as she waits for people to approach her.
Interesting.
Raoul, you try. She's strong.
Sure. I will pass over 2 silver.
Okay, 2 silver.
2-part question. Do I write it or do I just ask you?
Either or.
What is the name of my tavern? And what is my most popular drink?
Ooh, he's smart.
Okay, she sits back with the tabard, kind of thinking for a bit. She's kind of like giving you like a once over. Smashing. Yes, Smashing Keg Tavern. And I believe you sell ale.
But what's the name?
The name.
The most popular drink there. You're correct about the tavern's name. What's the most popular drink I sell?
So she'll slide one of the silver off the table. Keep the other one there. Her eyes kind of unfocus a bit. She continues to think. Starts with a C. Cozy Terrant?
It's close, crazy torrents.
Ah, very close. It's a very good
Very
name.
close.
And she'll pull out a gold and slide across the table back to you.
It's impressive,
strong.
impressive skill you got there.
Thank you.
How do you do it?
She like kind of looks over at you. She has like this very like wide open like childish demeanor to her throughout this entire time, and she just smiles at you and goes, "Oh well, that would just be telling all my secrets, now wouldn't it be? But you can very much tell everyone's story by just looking at them. Don't you agree?"
No. No.
And she'll just like laugh, like this very like light-hearted, high-pitched laugh. Not mocking, but kind of like, "Oh yes, I get that answer a lot." It was very fun trying this with you. And then she looks to Dragon, and I'm sure you'll be able to beat me one day.
Starts beating his chest. Wagon will get strong.
I'm sure you will.
Okay. Bye, nice lady.
And she'll kind of give a wave to the group, and she'll pick up whatever she had underneath the table and begins fidgeting with it again.
I hope you know you owe me 2 things now since you lost.
I go win something.
All right.
Yeah, and
I'd
What
say
next?
it is. Where's my sheet? Probably 10 by the time that you guys walk away from her table.
Mm.
Where else would you like to go?
I think as they're walking, Axid would kind of look at the other people who have, been walking around with them, and she said, "So, what actually brings all of you to the fair?"
I am here to document magical influences on local tradition.
Okay.
What's he say? I didn't understand. I don't.
I think he said he wants to see if there's magic involved with festivals.
Oh. I don't get it. What's magic?
Well, magic is many things.
I think while she pushes for you to explain that to Dwagon, she looks to the other people. She's like, "Yeah, you could take that question."
Nice.
And you can feel that one. I'm gonna
Got
go.
faded. I explain the horrible detail of what magic is to Dwagon. You know what?
Do you dumb it down at all?
No.
Okay, he's like, and rapt attention understands nothing.
Unless interrupted.
No, I look. What about you two?
I'm here to enjoy the fair. I have an old battle buddy here that owns a tavern. He sent me over the invite and haven't seen him in a few years. Figured to come by, say hi, enjoy some pudding with him.
Well, I'm looking for someone, but I forgot who. But that's okay. Pudding. Duck and I want pudding.
Wow, you are all really interesting people.
And why are you here?
Oh, to make money.
How's
Ah,
that going?
Pretty well.
Now, when you
Let's
say
see.
make money, you mean Dwagon make the money.
What? I'm offended, sir. We are a team. And she grabs Dragon, pulls him close, team.
Hey, Dwagon, you hear that? I think she's going to partake in the next eel eating contest. Because you're a team.
Accident play?
Oh, no, no, no. Dragon, we can't compete against each other.
No, I watch.
No, no, you can compete. You're the one who's so hungry. I don't want to take that away from you.
But you stronger. Me learn.
Dwagon's making some really good points here.
She gives like a very strained smile. I'll compete in something else, Dwagon.
There's this oiled board contest. That sounds interesting. A strong dragon like yourself. It'd be an easy competition. What do you think, Dwagon?
No.
Hmm.
Dwagon, we've talked about the fact that I can't get dirty. It would be beneath me. Female, and she like whispers, she's like, female dragons are supposed to be beautiful.
But they supposed to be strong. You defeat Boar and be strong.
Oh, of course I could. I just don't want to get dirty.
As a point of order, you're not a dragon.
But the
That's
dragon,
right.
I'm sure.
She gasps and like covers Dwagon's ears. How could you, ma'am?
Ma'am,
Quite simply.
let me just tell you.
I will
I am
not
dragon.
hear. I will not hear this disrespect in front of my own child.
That is a kobold.
You go wash your tongue, woman.
I am a dragon.
Yes, you are. And I'm so sorry that some people are so jealous that they can't accept it.
Don't believe that is a particularly wholesome way to raise.
Oh, so now we're going to get into how I raised my child. Yes, love to hear this.
Lying
No?
to your child will only.
No? Good.
raise
Okay, let's
resentment.
move on. And she's gonna move Dragon along. But like
I
as
am
she's like
Dragon.
pushing him along, she like turns back to you and does the like point to her eyes, point to your eyes.
I'm fucking watching you, bitch.
Kelly is so confused.
Oh man.
Well, I personally would like to go to the wrestling ring unless there's something else that some people want to go to.
Are you going to partake?
In a way.
I see. I wouldn't mind going to the wrestling ring either.
All right. So I'd say you guys have been walking around, just kind of watching the crowd and looking at all the different areas, trying to get back to the wrestling ring because it's gotten pretty later in the day and there's a lot more people here. So kind of going through the crowd takes a bit more time. So by the time you get there, it's around 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me find it. So you find these two like stands, like auditorium stands where people can sit, and this circle made out of corn, like dried corn on the ground, of a semicircle kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people wrestling. You find there's already a wrestling match going on. There's two halflings that are going at each other, trying to like push each other to the ground or push each other out of the ring, just like fully interlocked and like focused and trying to win. And the bleachers are pretty packed as people are just like screaming and yelling and cheering these two halflings on. There's a little booth kind of aside to the side where you can enter if you'd like to. And it just seems to be like an all-day kind of thing. What would you guys like to do? What, like to watch or like to participate?
I will pass on the wrestling.
Okay.
I will not be wrestling. I
Okay.
may watch, but I will not wrestle.
Oh,
How much is it to enter to wrestle?
There's a sign at the bottom that says 5 gold per entry.
Okay, and is there anything for winning?
There is another sign above it that says pop prize is currently 50 gold.
Okay. Alright, I look to Dwagon and I said, alright. Now, I know that elf was saying horrible, horrible things about us. So you need to prove her wrong.
I am Dwagon.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Mighty and strong.
I am Dwagon.
Exactly. Alright. Go ahead and put all these little creatures to shame.
Starts beating his chest.
Alright, and I'll give him another bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Is this Star Wars?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Remind me again, what size is Dwagon?
Small.
Small? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So, the halfling that is taking the entries nods and kind of gestures off to the side and goes, great. He'll be up next, then. And let me
Can I
do-
also join this competition?
Of course! What size are you? Medium?
Dwarf? Would that be technically
He's
small?
technically medium, but it's not that he's
You're just that wide.
yeah, he's just that he's just that built.
Yeah.
He built different.
He's still a medium creature.
Yeah, he's still a medium creature.
Okay, so he looks you up and down, kind of nods and goes, yeah, you can join, but, because you're so, and he just kind of gestures to, like, your shoulder width and everything, and then kind of shrinks it down to his, you know, bigger than us small folk, you'll have to wrestle with one of your limbs tied behind your back. Just to make it a bit more fair.
Okay. That's fair.
Alright.
But if I win, perhaps throw another 10 gold on top of the prize. Make it a little bit more interesting.
He, like, kind of looks down at his paper and is seeming to do a bit of math. And he'll nod. Alright. If you win, I'll add 10 gold to the pot and make it 60.
Sounds good.
Alright.
It's okay. He won't win. Be flunking.
I probably won't.
Alright. So he'll take both your guys' gold and you'll be sent to just behind the bleachers. And to wait for this first round to be done. So you realize as it's going on that it's per group get 50 gold.
Mhm.
So the one that wins is handed this big bag of money, and he is declared the champion. And then you two are now brought out to face each other, because there was no one else back there.
Oh, neat.
So they give you a choice whether you want your arm or one of your legs tied. Brute.
Gruff. Left arm.
Left arm. Okay. So you have your left arm tied. And so what is his name? Does he have a name? Yes, he does. The announcer is standing on top of a little apple box crate.
Oh.
And he has like this little phone like megaphone as he's like talking into it. All right, folks, we have 2 more contestants for today. And there's a cheer. So everyone's watching. You see now throughout the day there's a lot more drunk people around. They've been drinking since 7. Starting to finally hit people. So they seem to be yelling and screaming at everything he says, no matter what it is. And he gives us like a long speech of like over dramatics of like trying to like hype you guys up. They didn't ask for your names or anything. They gave you like titles, like numbers to put on. So they're just addressing you by the numbers. And the crowd is just wild. They don't seem to be paying attention to what he is saying. They just want to see you guys fight. So he does his whole spiel and then he goes, all right, the rules is the first one who gets pushed out or held down for longer than 3 seconds is the loser. Kind of looks to you two. Rules are clear? Everyone ready?
Yep.
Strong!
And he looks
Good
to the
luck,
crowd and
Dwagon.
goes, all right. In 3, 2, 1. And I need you both to make athletics checks. Barut with disadvantage.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Can I, Pudding Master,
Mm-hmm.
use my lunging attack to add a D8 to that roll, as I'm just a little bit more quicker as I spring forward?
Sure, I'll let you do it for the first roll, yes.
Okay. Well, not that it will matter. Won't matter. But I will take a superiority die out of that. I'm not gonna roll because even if I get an 8, it
Okay.
doesn't get hit at 21.
Alright. So you guys clash with each other, and you're very surprised of how strong this little child is. Like, you've seen him kind of go like a bit wild, but you didn't realize how much strength there was. And you feel yourself being pushed back slightly, a bit taken off guard. As you go to try to push him back, I need you guys to do another one.
Am I all still at disadvantage?
Still a disadvantage, yes.
Okay.
Oof. So you try to pick him up, considering how small you are, but with only one of your hands, it's a bit hard to fully grasp this tiny little scaly man. Little boy. As Garut just growls and continues to push you back towards the line of the arena.
I think at this point, Dwagon's like pushing and pushing, then looks up at Baruf and then like shouts at him, "Stop!" and like tries to pull away.
All right. The announcer looks a bit surprised as he was narrating the whole thing and goes, "Oh, well, we seem like one of the wrestlers has stopped the match." And he kind of pulls the microphone away from his mouth and goes, "What are you doing?"
Then looks at Baruf. "Untuck arm."
What?
Arm! And she points to your arm. It's tied up.
I don't make the rules. They said I had to fight with my arm tied.
Make him use arm!
It's kind of like a murmuring throughout the crowd as like everyone's kind of talking to each other. And the referee kind of laughs.
As he begins beating his chest.
Alright.
Axe is gonna take the moment to cheer. Let the little man fight him as he wants, like.
Make a persuasion check.
Cool.
Oh yeah, easily. There's enough drunk people in the crowd that they very quickly just latch onto that thought. Like, yeah, make them fight for real. This is boring. And just like with this uproar, yeah, there's a few people that are that drunk and they're like, whoa, chill. There's a few like cries and
Technically,
shouts.
it's higher than that.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's totally fine. Oh yeah, 100%. And soon the referee is kind of like, oh well, fuck, and goes over to begin to untie your arm, Baroof. And
Okay.
there's a cheer.
Give him more money if he wins!
He gives you a pointed look, now pinpointing who started it. And he goes back to his apple box after given time. Alright, it seems that's what the crowd wants, then we will start this all over again. Fighters to your sides, and he kind of gestures to you guys to start over. He looks kind of annoyed.
He like looks over at Dragon looks over at Baroof, then kind of like holds up a fist for a fist bump,
I give fist bump.
and then he says, "I not hold back."
You got it.
Gonna be murdered by a child.
It's fine.
And he goes back to like his corner essentially, and Axid, you realize with a little horror that like he has gotten on all fours and is like growling instead of that childlike innocence. It's just the temper tantrum of a lifetime.
Okay.
As I will begin to rage.
Oh, Jesus.
Can I use action shards to roll twice and add them?
Alright. Wait, what? Repeat that?
Oh, I was just joking, but I mentioned about using action surge so I can roll
Action surge?
twice and add my things, because I won't be able to beat him. or at least give me advantage or something. Because holy shit.
I
That's
wouldn't mind.
I would say for the first round you could do that, but after that you wouldn't have the same setup momentum kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. So as the announcer stands on his box, he then again signals for the match to begin. And I need you guys to roll athletics.
Okay. So, I was going to try to use his momentum, and because I see him getting all fours and about to like do a full mad sprint at me,
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to see if I can at the last second dodge out of the way and use his momentum to throw him out of the ring. Because I can also win that way. Would that be athletics or would that be acrobatics at that point?
I think it would still be athletics because you would have to grip him to get the momentum to throw.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry, can we please change the song
Yes.
because I know what the song's about?
Yep.
I don't know what that song is.
Running away.
No, it's about female masturbation.
Oh.
Why is
That's the
that
song
in
I was
there?
listening to.
Anyways.
Huh?
Okay, so Chris
How
roll
do
with
you know what that is?
Because
People
Spotify
message.
recommends it to me and I don't like it.
Hey, you wanna listen? Hey, you wanna listen?
Hey, you wanna listen to
Hey.
this song? Hey, you should listen to this song specifically.
It's
You
'cause
need this
it's 'cause
song.
I like a lot of the I don't know how to like the Celtic kind of songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Alright.
All right.
So Chris roll with advantage, and I
My bad. 18.
how do I want to do this? I would say roll with advantage as well to make it. Yeah. Okay. So you guys collide in the middle. You both are trying to like pick each other up and throw each other to the ground or throw each other out of the ring, and you just are locked together. Neither of you can get an inch, and you're just kind of both sliding on the ground. Roll again.
Don't. Oh, never mind. I was gonna remind Dwagon he had bardic inspiration, but apparently he did not need it.
Apparently it does not need it. Okay. Um.
Oh wait, Chris, you have advantage.
Yeah,
You
roll
double
again.
crit.
Clearly.
You can
Roll
double
again.
crit.
All right. Let me see. Ha!
Ah. All right. So as you both are kind of locked there, Dwagon kind of dips lower and is able to get underneath you as he just kind of picks you up and just is holding you over his head. And he is moving to throw you out of the ring. And as that's about to happen, as you both are just entangled in your own fight, you hear this crack as the announcer falls to the ground because his apple box splintered in half and his leg got stuck in the middle of it, and he just falls to the ground and cries out in pain.
Axel starts laughing. That's fucking hilarious.
Immediately the crowd was like, yeah, throw him, oh. And just sort of just kind of like, it went dead silent as like he's on the ground, hasn't moved, and just like kind of tries to stand up, trying to like be like, oh, like I'm fine, continue with the fight. And he can't get his foot out of the apple crate.
Nice.
If you want to throw him, go for it. Roll
Yeah.
athletics, you two. As you completely ignore what's happening.
Yeah. Yeet.
All right.
You do have the D6 if you want.
That's not gonna. That's not gonna.
How long
Wouldn't you
does
have
rage
advantage
last?
for-
It lasts a
Crazy.
minute.
A minute.
Okay.
Wait, Burf doesn't have advantage, does he?
No, he does not.
No, mine just
Okay.
rolls.
Yeah.
It's a waste of 20.
No. So, Broof is more concerned and like caught off guard by this man falling to the ground, and Dwagon just doesn't give a fuck. Broof kind of like tries to grip an arm or something to keep him from being thrown, but he slips a bit too late, and Dwagon just full on chucks him out of the ring, and you land basically right beside the announcer. So now you're both on the ground, in pain. And a few people have gotten up from the crowd that's started coming over to the announcer and now checking on you to make sure you're fine.
Axid runs down and tells you, "Good job, Dwagon."
So it's unfortunate, but he is raging. And so he runs over to where Baruf was.
No, you're done. Dwagon, stop! Stop it! I take my fan and I boop him on the snout. Stop it! Dwagon, stop.
Why accident hit?
You know why exit hit. The fight's done. You know how this works. Do you want to get sprayed with water? You want a bath? Then stop.
So a few people have helped you to your feet, Brew, kind of like dusting you off and like being like, "Oh, that was a good fight," like giving you encouragement as like another few are trying to get his foot out of the apple crate and they're like ripping the box apart now. And you can see there's like some blood kind of around his ankle and they try to help him up, but he can't seem to put too much weight on his foot. And there's like a murmur of the crowd. There's still a few people cheering on Dwagon because they're very drunk and they're like, "Yeah, beat the shit out of him!" Rah! And there's another few that are like, "You need to calm down." There's like kind of this mixture energy, this like very, very like full of energy is kind of turned a bit sour as there's now a clash of the crowd of like concerned and people who just don't give a shit because they've been drinking.
Can I basically turn to the crowd and tell them that we're taking a 10-minute break and for them to go refill their drinks at this time? Kind of stepping in for the announcer guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. They kind of grumble between each other, starting to like slowly realize, oh, something happened. I guess I'll go get more beer.
Yeah.
And a lot of them begin to like file out. Though a few still linger around trying to see like what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
The person that was manning the cashier thing, whatever it's called, kind of comes over to you guys and was like, "Oh, good job. I think we're done for today." And he gives the 50 gold to Dwagon.
I take that.
Okay. And then he kind of like he gives you guys a thumbs up and then quickly goes over to the announcer and starts to make sure he's okay and that he's going to the medical tent again.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk by, his counter has been completely shut down already. Like he's closed up. And there's like a sign that says closed for the rest of the day.
Aruf,
Yeah?
I sorry.
Yeah. You did great. Not much of a wrestler anyway.
I sorry.
Make sure you get some of that gold that you won. Make sure you buy yourself something great and fancy. Get yourself a 50 gold meal because you deserve it. I'm a seasoned mercenary, so I'm an old fighter. You did great against me. You deserve that 50 gold meal. And as I say that 50 gold, I look at her exactly. Go back to Dwagon.
Accent smiles at you. She says, "Oh yeah, you did great. You lasted more than well, I guess a couple of some people that Dwagon has fought. You did great. Good job, buddy."
I'm not much of a wrestler. I don't fist fight.
Belly.
All right, Dwagon, you did so good. We'll go ahead and get you food now instead of waiting till you beat 2.
Belly.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't remember how much was Baruf winning.
Sorry, what?
How much was Baruf winning?
Winning from.
Oh, Baruf was supposed to win 60 if he did win.
Oh. And he starts trying to do math. He starts counting on his fingies.
Yeah, if the announcer hadn't gotten hurt, I would have asked for that 60 since, technically he fought. It's fine.
Technically, it
poor
was just for me.
baby. Poor baby. He holds up his like all of his one of his hands, and he's like, both gets this much.
No, he
It's-
lost.
I hurt him. I owe.
Wait, he's fine. Look at him.
You make me do that. I have to do that for others.
No, he went into the fight himself. And he's not hurt. Look, he's fine. He's not bleeding at all.
Would you really
Give
say
this
no
much.
to that
Look,
that
here,
cute
we'll
wagon?
buy him a drink, okay?
Looks over at Baruf to see if that's if that's good enough.
I'll take the gold that you were offering.
No. Try to win next time.
Why don't you fight next time?
If it's against you, maybe I'll actually win.
Bet.
Do you want the drink or no?
No, because you'll probably spit it in or something.
That's disgusting. But fine, whatever you want.
Acted mean.
I'm not being mean. I offered to give him something nice and he refused.
Give gold.
I'm not giving him gold. He
Give
lost.
gold.
I'm not giving him gold. He lost.
Give gold.
I'm gonna bend down and I'm gonna whisper to just Dwagon, and I'll be like, Dwagon, if we give away all our gold to people who lost, we won't have a horde then, now will we?
Suddenly, Dwagon looks very conflicted.
He's not hurt. He lost fair and square. You even made it, you even gave him more of a chance than he should have. If he wants a drink, I'll give him a drink, but we can't give our gold just to everyone.
I sorry, Baruf.
No, it's okay. As I walk away, I start limping and like holding my side and like my shoulder a little bit too.
Okay, give me a perception check. Alright.
I just don't believe you. Like, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, I wouldn't believe you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whoever wants to roll insight can.
Yeah, I lean over to Dwagon. He's faking it. This is what we call a sore loser, Dwagon.
I think I just know technically, but I'll roll anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's not like putting any effort into this, obviously.
Alright, I'd say it's around 1 p.m. now. Is there anything else you'd like to do for the rest of the evening till the cutting of the pudding?
I'll take Dwagon to the candy place.
Alright.
I want to convince the people running the Storm the Castle event that I am a child, and I should be allowed to compete.
Alright.
All you have to do is tell Dwagon that you're the same age as him, and he'll be like,
I
He's
don't know
this
how old
many.
I am. I don't know how old I am.
he's this many.
I'll bring Dragon too. Dragon, let's go storm the castle together.
Hey,
Alright,
hey, don't
candy?
go stealing my ward,
Can't.
We're gonna go play.
Dwagon. Okay, you can go play.
Okay.
Don't hurt anyone, alright?
Yay! All right, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second.
Yeah.
I hope people are having fun.
I am. It's pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Could I set up a thing to like perform and stuff and try to get some money that way while
Well,
He's
you wait for
playing.
the Yeah, you can, for sure.
Cool.
You can set it
Just
off to
wanna-
like to the side where there's no like it's like an open grass field, so you can go off to the side where there's like no one really there, and start performing if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I pull out my ocarina, and I'll start playing that.
Okay.
Do.
All right. So a good chunk of the crowd has kind of stopped, and like there's performers everywhere, but like you've caught a few of the people's attention, and they stay for a while, clapping and like nodding along to your song. A few of them start dancing, obviously very drunk, and you get 10 gold.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think
throughout
if,
the event.
Yeah, I think if Burf is anywhere, she kind of like gives him a look as she pockets the money, like, haha, see?
You're a great role model for your child.
Why, thank you.
What number is 10? There. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just so I can get like an order of events, where else would you like to go after Storm the Castle? And if there's nowhere else you guys want to go to, I can always just start fast forwarding time.
I mean, the oil boar sounds funny.
Okay.
But, like,
All right, I'm
Flea-
back.
Noah, is there anything you want to do?
The puppet show might have something interesting for Philly,
Okay.
That sounds amazing.
but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay.
If they have a bow that I can shoot, the archery competition would be amusing to me.
Okay.
I don't have a bow.
Okay.
So
Would they have a bow that small though?
that's why I prefaced it with that.
What if it was like a kid's bow for the halflings? That might be small enough.
I roll up with my my
There would be
child's
kids' bows.
bow and the arrows that have the little...
Just use a slingshot.
I do have a sling. But first, I want to ride my mighty dragon steed into trouncing these toddlers.
Okay. So you'll head over to the Storm the Castle event, and it is around noon, 1 o'clock that it was supposed to run. So you get there just in time. There's 2 5-foot walls that are set up on a large field with flags on top of each wall. Children are divided into 2 teams, with each having a dual purpose: defend their flag and capture the other team's flag, and bring it back to their own wall. Every team member is armed with a brightly colored beanbag to throw. Any player hit with a beanbag must drop whatever they're carrying and return to their team wall before they can continue with the game. Beanbags and flags can be picked up by other players during play. Those are the rules that you're given after you are allowed to play. You both are put on the same team. You're both put on the blue team. And there is a time limit of, it's kids, like 10 minutes. And whoever
Oh boy.
gets the flag to the other side wins. So
It's just one flag, right?
yeah, it's one flag, but it's on a 5-foot wall.
Mhm.
So you kind of have to climb the wall to get it a bit because
Mhm.
you're small. So let's have you're riding Dwagon, right?
I am trying to convince Dragon that he should run really fast and give me both of the beanbags, and I'll throw my kids. Cover us.
All right.
Wait, should I? So you want me to just run around at kids?
No, run at the flag.
Okay, so you want me to go get the flag?
Yeah, we're not just here to bulldoze kids.
You sure?
Yeah, probably not.
You gotta explain this very carefully to Dwagon, all right?
We want the
This
flag.
is children we're talking about.
All right.
So, chase and go get flag, bring back.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so
It
let's
looks really scary while you do it.
let's have Dwagon make a athletics and a dex check. And we'll have Fuck do what would be throwing? I know it's dex, but what would it be? Would it just be a dex check? Or would it be sleight of hand?
To do what?
Throw beanbags at people, like aiming.
Assuming that you're just like tossing things at people,
Mm-hmm.
it'd just be a flat dex check because
Okay.
you're not proficient in beanbag.
Yeah. I'll have you do 2 dex checks for your beanbags.
And then dex check. Oh, let me stop doing advantage.
Okay. So, Dwagon is able to run as fast as he can to the other side of the wall. Faster than any of the other kids. And he's also able to dodge any of the beanbags that are thrown at both of them. While Fuck is on top and nails one of the kids in the face with a beanbag. Just full on in the face. Not hard, but the kid starts crying.
It's super not hard. I mean, I have a 4 strength.
Yeah.
I might be able to hit him, but it's like, ploop.
Poop. He still cries as a baby.
Of
Little
course,
baby
because it's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so distracted by that, yet you throw another one, you miss completely.
Child defeated.
And you climb to the top of this wall, and Fuck grabs the flag, and as you guys are booking it back to the other side of the arena, there is a loud scream from the audience as everyone in the audience can see like this kid on the ground bleeding. And like you guys keep running because you haven't really noticed yet, and you get to the other side of the wall and you start like celebrating because you won, but you're confused as to why no one's really paying attention. There's a few adults on the field now and like a hysteric mother beside this kid who has like this big gash on their forehead that's just bleeding profusely. There's 2 more adults that are holding another kid, what looks to be like identical boy twins, and they both look guilty, and they're inspecting their beanbags. From the people who are watching in the arena, you guys saw as this one kid threw this beanbag as hard as they could and hit the boy in the head, but unlike Fuck, the boy actually fell down and started bleeding. So there's a ref that starts to try to calm down the people, like all the parents are freaking out, the boys are like taken off to the side. The unconscious boy on the ground is picked up by the mother and is taken away. And you 2 are given like condolence prizes along with all the other kids. There's like big sucker lollipops.
Excellent.
So in a way you guys won, but the game was called off before it was officially called. You do find out through the whispers in the crowd that the 2 boys hid rocks in their beanbags, and had thrown it at the kid as hard as they could.
What dicks?
Cool.
Yeah. I'll show you what they look like, real quick. Where's T? Where is T? T. There. These two little boys look the exact same. And they look really upset that they got caught.
Yeah, you don't put enough rocks in there that you knock a kid out. Of course you got caught, dumbass.
But most of the kids have lollipops or suckers, and they don't seem to really understand what happened. They have sugar, so they're fine. But the rest, like all the adults, are kind of like upset. And there's no more matches of this game for the rest of the day.
It's like the events keep getting knocked out.
Okay. So that was to get all the team set up, everything else. That took about like an hour. So where would you guys like to go next?
Well, Felly wants to go to a puppet show.
Puppet show. Okay.
Yeah, to see if they use any magic on it, because that might be like the only thing they can find magic at.
Okay. So you head over to the puppet show area. You've passed by it a few times, I believe. Where is it? No, you have not. It's off in the corner back here.
We are strongest. Fuck.
Yes, we
Nice.
will earn many lollipops!
So you guys head
I
back
imagine
to...
like he. I'm sorry. I imagine he's like piggybacking. Fuck the whole time.
Yep.
You piggybacking fuck.
So you've heard some whispers of this puppet show. It's supposed to be a show of the Legend of Mystery Hollow, which is a beloved folk's tale that changes every single time. As you get there, you see that the show hasn't quite begun yet. There's a bunch of kids who are staying in front, waiting eagerly, and a lot of parents who are staying behind. A few of them look a bit impatient, but they're sitting there waiting. As I read, you kind of see a halfling like hunched over behind the little shack, and he seems to be fidgeting around with something. I will show you what he looks like. Name. That one. Oh, I had him. Where'd he go?
He disappeared into his role so well that he disappeared.
He disappeared. He disappeared so well. I see him in my picture thing. No? Did I not get a picture for him? I thought I did. Where'd he go?
Can't believe he's dead.
Well, it's a very... He looks very bardish. Like, very colorful clothing, like a big poofy hat with a feather on it. And he seems to be, like, nervously looking back at the crowd and kind of, like, huddling behind his thing. And you guys sit there for a good 10 minutes, and the show still hasn't really started yet.
Okay.
As, like, parents start to get a bit annoyed. A few of them have started, like, taking their kids and, like, moving them away.
I'll go talk to the guy who looks like he's getting ready and be like, so is this gonna start soon? I just want to know if I need to... I just want to know.
The man jumps a bit, and he kind of looks and turns at you, and you can now see that you're close up. He's holding his hand, and it seems to be very red and swollen.
Oof.
And he's like, yeah, well, you see, I would very much like to start this performance, but, I may have broken some fingers.
Man, is this festival cursed? I swear, I've seen more injuries here, like...
No. It's not cursed. It's usually, there's a few injuries every now and then, but, You see, I can't really perform with my hand, and I don't want to disappoint the children. You look very, very nice. Are you a storyteller by chance? Could you maybe tell a story for the kids in my step? I really don't want to disappoint them.
Well, I am a performer. I don't know the story, though. If you want to do it, I guess I can do the puppets.
That would be great. That would be amazing if you could try to. Yes, the story
I don't
changes
normally
all the
work
time.
for free, though.
And he kind of like fumbles with his good hand and like starts to go through his pocket. You see that there's like, just by the sound of it, there's not much in there.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes out like 2 gold. Would this be enough? I just
That's
want to
perfect.
do this one show
I'll take
before
it.
closing.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And she'll go ahead and I think she pops back out to tell Dragon to behave himself. And she'll go help out with the performance.
Okay.
I
So
think he's too busy. He's too busy licking his lollipop.
That's fine.
so he begins to tell a story of how 2 children went into the forest one day and looking for this mystical lollipop. And like this whole like adventure of them meeting new friends and fairies and pixies and like talking rabbits and all this like fun, really cute stuff. And they finally come across like the biggest lollipop they've ever seen, but when they got there, it was already taken by someone else, so they had to like try to become friends with this person who did not want to be their friends, and like he keeps going about the story and yada yada. And can you make a performance check to
Yeah.
see how well you can puppeteer along with this story after not being able to hear it?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it is amazing. You're able to like work 2 puppets per hand as you're like
And one for the tail.
and one for the tail as you're like puppeteering all these puppets between like adding a few details that he'll have to like stumble in to the story as you're just improvising. And the kids are loving it. The parents are laughing too because they're like, oh, like it's changed again, and like ha 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 ha. And it's a very cute and full of energy kind of story, and it's definitely a bit more of a spin to it that Axid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Axid, Jesus. My brain was just like, huh.
No, you're fine.
As Axid weaves in these little parts that she deems are fit. That makes sense to her.
Mm-hmm.
As the show comes to an end, all the kids seem really happy by it, and they're a bit sad that the puppeteer stands up and goes, "Oh well, I'm sorry to say, but that was the last show for today. Thank you so much for coming," and kind of turns back to you, Axid, and again is like, "Thank you so much. That was amazing. You did great." He pulls like another 2 gold out of his pocket and like hands it to you, like, "Thank you so much. I'm gonna go get my hand checked out now."
Yeah, can I take a look at his hand real quick?
Oh yeah, for sure. You take a look at it, and it looks like his hand got run over by a wagon. Like 3 of his 5 fingers are broken. It's swollen and like puffy and just like it looks absolutely horrible. Like some of his fingers are turning blue now.
Does it look like I could cast like a spell on it to help? Like, I don't know if Cure Wounds would heal broken bones.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at it, it's to the degree that like it needs a higher spell potency that you don't really have on hand to be able to actually like.
Yeah, no,
fix it.
that's fine. Yeah, I
Like,
tell him
it's
to.
not just his fingers that are broken. There's like some like bones in the small of his palm that are also broken too. Like, it's
Oof.
just a mess.
Yeah, I tell him to go, and I'll put up the sign saying that they're closed for the rest of the day.
Oh, thank you so much. And he runs off to the villager's herbalist.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put up signs saying, that they're closed and stuff, and go collect wagon.
The only magic that you sense, Phaley, throughout the entire like kind of presentation were like little cantrips he casted, like some minor illusions and stuff like that, but nothing really big.
Okay.
But yeah, he did add a few like small flare
Flares.
effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
And overall,
Okay.
it was a really good show.
Huck takes this like this was a historical event that has been retold.
Yes.
So does Dwagon, if only he understood. Mostly because he got distracted with the lollipop halfway through and then tried to come back to the story and he like missed most of it, so he's like, I don't know what's fucking going on anymore.
I mean, it sounds like what Dragon got was what Dragon saw: is you make fairy friends when you get a lollipop.
Okay, so you guys also wanted to go to the oil bore contest.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to that. Okay. So, it's getting later into the evening. The sun isn't quite setting yet, but it's starting to get lower in the sky. People are starting to get... There's a lot less kids around than there are more adults out now. The kids seem to be a bit either tired or have gone home for a while before the pudding is cut. Around this... Where is it? It's 15. Around this, like, wooden fence, there's, like, mud inside. And there's a bunch of people around kind of, like, smugly waiting, kind of laughing to each other and, like, joking, like, oh, I wonder who's gonna eat shit this time. As there's, like, a bunch of, like, older and younger topless halflings and gnomes who are all like, the majority of them are just shit-faced. And they're just all kind of spread around the this pen waiting for this little tiny piglet to be released. If you approach one of the people asking like what's happening, they explain to you that it's an old gnomish tradition. They let loose a wild, quote-unquote, piglet that's lathered with slippery oil, and participants are supposed to chase it down around a muddy field. The first one to catch it and hold it down for 6 seconds wins. And before you ask, it is a 1 gold... 1 gold? Is it gold or silver? Yeah, 1 gold entry fee, and the prize is a beer. A free beer.
It's a tradition thing for sure.
Yes, that's very much a tradition thing. A lot of people around here are gnomes. There's a few more halflings, but like a lot of them are just here to watch people eat shit. And just roll around a mud-filled pen trying to catch a pig. For as long as it takes.
I am much less interested in having Dwagon compete.
Oh yeah, no, if Dragon went in, he'd be covered. You can already see by the men's like pants down to like their knees is just covered in mud already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of hear about it, and I'm like, I look at Dwagon, I'm like, it looks like this is just not worthy of our presence.
Wagons can win anything.
Of course we can win anything. You've already proved that today. You did so good with that wrestling, but I mean, there's no glory here. It's not even a real hunt.
How much we win if we win?
We don't win anything.
We don't?
No, you get a drink, but that would be what? Probably about a silver.
I win Dwink!
No, hear me out. You pay a gold to you have to pay a gold to get in, and you get a drink that's maybe like a silver.
You win Dwink!
I don't want the drink. I can buy the drink. I can
But-
buy the drink for less money.
But we hold money.
Yes, but we have to pay money to be in this.
Dragon's slowly becoming more and more confused.
Look, I told you. Look, I told you, Dragon. Don't worry about all the finances and the money and all those boring numbers, okay?
Well, if the
Just
money doesn't
trust
matter,
me
let him
on
wrestle the pig if he wants to.
Just trust me on it. It's not worth it.
But I want
But
fight
might be
more.
fun.
You want to fight the boar? Okay. Okay. You can fight the boar, but I'm not buying you any more candy today.
And then he just starts crying.
A few people start to turn and look, as there's now a child crying as they're waiting for the oiled boar event to start.
Stop crying. I said you could still get food, just no more candy today.
He cries harder.
Now there's like a few people who are whispering to each other and just kind of staring at you. Few own mothers with their kids kind of like give you like really dirty looks as they
I
kind
don't
of like
fucking care
hustle
about
their
them.
kids away from you.
Don't fucking care about them. I just look at him and I'm like, Dwagon, what did I say about temper tantrums?
I want candy and boar.
Alright. If you actually do catch the boar, I'll let you still get candy, okay?
He all but turns and leaps into the pit.
I'll go pay the gold. But if
Alright.
you lose, no candy.
Alright.
I'm gonna go tackle me a boar.
Okay. So, like I said, most of the people in here are older gnomes and halflings.
Mhm.
So, like, once you climb into the pen, there's like a whisper of like, oh, okay, I guess that's fine. And you wait with them. The mud is like halfway up your legs. So it's a bit harder for you to move in the mud than the other guys. But you stand ready, waiting for the pen to open.
I'm on the side trying to whisper to Dwagon that he should throw mud at people.
I throw mud at somebody.
Okay, it hasn't started yet, so you throw mud at this man, and he just looks at you like, ugh!
And he
He's
just-
like drunk, and so he's like trying to wipe the mud off his face and trying to figure out who did that. He's like, who did that? Who did that? I'm the fucking kill you!
Dragon! I am strongest!
And your tension gets ripped away as there's now a bell as the gate whips open and this small little terrified piglet comes squealing out of the pen. I need you to make a dexterity acrobatics check.
Acrobatics!
So you were able to run towards this pig, avoiding all the other drunken fools who are just sliding and slipping around in the mud, and you're able to find some traction and just run straight for the pig. I need you to roll an animal handling check.
I guess quite literally.
Yep, an animal handling check. Okay. You're able to approach it, and something in your mind, like, focuses back to hunting, and you kind of slow down. And very slowly approach it as this pig kind of stares at you. But it doesn't run away as you become very close to it, and I need you to roll athletics to grab it. Nope. It takes the fuck off, and you fall face flat in the mud, just mud in your teeth, in your ears, just everything, as like footsteps come running towards you, and people slide, hit the fence, and just keep running. There's a bunch of laughter from the crowd, and just pointing, and just cheering. And I need you to roll another acrobatics to go run after this pig again. Okay,
13.
you catch up to again. I'm just gonna say with the animal handling, it's gonna be fine. So try to grab it with
Okay.
athletics.
Mr. Pig. I gotcha!
Nope, it runs again. It slips right through your fingers, and you fall again right into the mud. And at this point, you're just caked head to toe in mud. Another man tries to run after it and gets close enough to try to grab it before you're able to run over. And does. He's able to grab the pig and hold on to it as like a bunch of other people try to jump onto him, trying to get to him to loosen his grip on it as you run towards it. You're gonna tickle him?
I'm gonna tackle him.
You're gonna tackle him. Okay, you jump onto the pile as well, and now there's just a big pile of like muddy humanoids with a fucking squealing pig underneath. Sounds like it's being fucking murdered.
I think I look at Baroof and I'm like, why didn't you go join that?
And the judge calls it, and the man underneath at the very bottom of the pile that was crushed by literally everyone else in the ring has won a free drink.
I grab or basically once people start filing out, Axid is going to stand by the exit, and she's gonna call out, cleaning for 1 copper, can clean off all the mud instantly for 1 copper.
Let's see. Yeah, 4 of them will come over and do that then.
Yep, she goes ahead and casts Prestidigitation and cleans them off.
There's a few of them that are just like, don't give a fuck because they're very clearly drunk. These are the ones that are
no.
sober.
Yeah, no, that's fine. She's just, anything for a little bit of business.
Yeah, so you get 4 copper.
Nice.
So,
And Dragon is
Dragon-
just covered in fucking mud. He
Dragon
doesn't even
comes-
look like himself anymore.
he comes out like covered in mud on all fours, and then he does like the dog shake.
I cast Prestidigitation to clean them off.
Okay, let's see how.
Did I get him?
No, you lost.
Does that mean no candy?
Losers don't get candy.
Okay.
So the entire event itself didn't take too long. So it is still about an hour before the cutting of the pudding is. What would you like to do as your last event before the pudding event?
I think at this point, Dwagon's actually like tired.
Do I need to carry him?
Yes.
All right, I am carrying Dwagon for this.
Okay.
What does someone else want to do? Because I feel like we've done a lot of what Dwagon and Axid wanted to do.
What do we got left? You guys can skip some stones.
There's the yard sale.
Ooh, yard sale.
Baroof,
Okay.
is there something you want to do?
Oh, right, archery. You wanted to do archery if it was.
Yeah,
Archery.
that was what I wanted to do. But if Baroof or Felly have anything they want to do, I have destroyed the children in a game, so I will be content.
Destroyed.
We won without causing physical harm to any children,
Mm-hmm.
so
Craig?
I'm good with doing the archery if that's what they want to do.
Do the archery.
Okay. So, it is getting late. A few more things I want to do before we wrap up, though. So we'll quickly do the archery. Where the fuck is it? I can't
It's number 9, if that helps.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it in my thing. There it is.
Mhm.
So the archery contest is run by a gnome called Shazir Gearlick. Da, 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 da.
How do you get that last name?
But
Deer
this
Click
Oh,
makes a
Deer
lot more
Cl-
sense.
I
Deer
heard
Lick.
Deer Lick. Yeah.
is that why you coughed?
Yeah, I heard Deer Lick, and I'm like, excuse you?
You know.
What did the deer lick?
Oh no, I heard ear lick. And I was
my
like,
God.
weird.
This is another one of the more popular events here. He's calling out the grand prize of this beautifully carved cherry wood short bow with a red stained leather quiver to a person who scores the highest point of 20 shots. And as you begin to approach this stall, you see a younger girl, like a young halfling girl, about like shooting, and you're watching her shoot, and she's like really good at it. She's hit all her shots so far, and she's about to make her last one, and she lets go, and the belt just stops, and she misses. And she looks to the man running it, to Gearlick, and is like, What happened? I missed?" And he just shrugs his shoulders and goes, "I guess you did. Sorry."
So
And
what,
she looks terribly upset.
So what stopped the belt? Like the
So
Is
it's
it a
like
moving
two
target
moving,
range?
yeah, there's two moving,
Okay.
like, there's 3 standalone at the back, and then there's 2 moving ones. She only had 1 moving target left. She had hit every other one,
Okay.
and it just suddenly stopped. And she missed. And the runner of this contest begins to take the arrows out and begins signing up for the next contestant. And she looks horribly upset and like begins walking away.
I mean, you hit 19 out of 20. It looks like you might still win, right?
She kind of stops and looks at you and goes, "That was my tiebreaker round. I tied with someone already." So unless someone else ties, then that person won. She looks really sad, and she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and begins walking away. I will show a picture. That's what she looks like.
Long bobbing.
You got a lot of good art.
Yeah, I spent a long time looking for them. Every NPC that had a name, no matter if they're important to the story or not, got art.
Nice.
Because I was like, I'm bored.
A little bit.
So Gearlick turns to you guys and goes, "Oh, would you like to enter? We're about to close and count the scores. Entry is 5 gold." And he offers like a bunch of longbows, short bows, crossbows, hand bows, anything that you want to choose from.
I don't have 5 gold.
Oh.
Looks sad.
Wait, what was the prize again?
5 gold.
No, the prize.
Oh, the prize? It was like this really nice, like, short bow that's wood, like, made out of wood cherry and has like a beautifully stained leather quiver.
I think she'd look at him. She's like, "Are you good with a bow?"
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, you've never used a bow.
I mean, maybe. Probably not.
All right, I'm gonna enter because I know how to use a crossbow.
Okay. Yep, he'll take your 5 gold and you can choose one of the crossbows that they have there.
Yep, I'll go
Either
ahead.
a
Just
crossbow
shoot.
or a hand crossbow, your choice.
Where do you set down Dwagon?
Do I have to set him down? Could I just hold him and do it?
It's a hand crossbow, right?
I have a light crossbow.
You'd
Oh,
have to have
then
2 hands, so if you
yeah.
were trying to hold
Okay.
wagon while doing it, I'd say it would be disadvantage.
Nah. I will go ahead and I'll grab like a blanket, wrap him up in it, and put him on the stand.
Okay.
Like one of the stands.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so there are... Let me see. You have to shoot 10 shots from long distance,
Mhm.
10 shots from short distance. So there's 20 targets you need to hit.
Okay.
So the first one, let's do long targets first, the 80 to 100 feet ones.
Okay, so just do 10, you said?
Yeah. Just give me 10 attack rolls. Okay. So...
And if it's 80, that's like max of your range with a light crossbow.
yeah. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, see. Let me count the points. So 2 miss, 2 miss. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. 1. Okay. So you only missed 2 of your shots,
Okay.
and you got bullseyes on 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Wait, 1, 2, 5 of them.
Swiggity.
And okay, now the short ones. So roll another 10.
Okay.
Okay, that's a miss. Okay, so you missed 3 that time, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4 bullseyes.
Nice.
Oh wait, I didn't see that one. Hold on. I was like, why does this seem low? Let me recount. 3 points. That makes more sense. Okay, so yeah, you are able to get more bullseyes than the previous person. You ended up with 30 points, and the man
Woo.
congratulates you. Says, you are currently our winner. We're open for another hour or so, but will come find you, or you can come back after the cutting of the pudding, and I'll give you your prize.
Mm-hmm. I leave him my business card just in case.
Okay, yeah, he takes it. Kind of giving you a bow, but like the conveyor belts and everything were working perfectly fine when you were shooting.
Okay.
Can I try but not pay so I don't get the prize even if I do better than her?
He looks at you and goes, well, if you're not going for the prize, sure, I guess it doesn't hurt. No one else is here.
Nice.
I will pay for you if I get the prize if you win.
How big's the bow?
It's a short bow, so it's a smaller one. but still big
probably
enough
still too big.
for. Yeah, it's
It's
probably
still-
still too big. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I can't really use it. It's too big for me.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pay his 5 gold and go pick up my child.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you can find there is like kids bow because kids are allowed to be participants if they'd like
Mhm.
to. And it's still a bit big, but you're able to fully draw it back if you'd like to. That,
Okay.
or you can get a hand crossbow and just lean it on the ground. Lean on the table.
No, I'll do the short bow so that I
Okay.
don't have disadvantage anywhere.
Okay.
And I am going to steady aim for all of these shots.
Okay.
So, long first again.
Long first, yes. All right. Well, that doesn't make sense. Okay. And the next 10, the short ones. And you have advantage on these, right?
Yep, all of them at advantage.
Okay.
Kind of almost picturing him like using his entire body to fucking got a foot on the front of the bow. Using his wings to hold himself up as he uses his feet to fucking hold it in place.
You actually do better than.
Nice.
Fuck my brain. I keep looking at it going, acid. It's not acid. It's acid.
Axid.
Acid. It's very similar. I think that's why my brain keeps fucking it up.
No, it is
I'm sorry.
perfectly fine. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
You get 9 more points than acid did. And the man claps. Wow, for such a small little fella, I didn't think you'd be actually to hit something.
Well, you know. Never know until you try.
And he writes down your score on his little sheet behind the till. And he says the same thing to you, yeah? Come back after the pudding cutting and I'll tell you if anyone beats you.
Sounds good. Quick question though. What makes the things move?
Oh, there's just like a conveyor belt in the back that moves the targets back and forth. Nothing too serious.
Why did the ladies before us stop? Because it seemed to be pretty steady.
Kind of scratches the back of his neck and looks at his targets. Well, I don't really know. I guess it just stuck for a second. Kind of shrugs. It's been working perfectly fine ever since, and for the rest of the day it was. I guess it was just a bit unlucky. But rules are rules. I couldn't let her reshoot.
Yeah, no, real evidence of I guess, fuckery. So.
Yeah, he shrugs. If you want to go look, you can.
Yeah, I want to go look at the conveyor belt.
Okay. Roll me an investigation. Okay, yes. So you're looking down on the ground because it's like it's these circle things, the targets that are connected by like a rope kind of conveyor belt with like these like wheels at the end that move it back and forth. And upon inspection, you can see underneath, where it's like on the ground, there's a small burrow. And some of the rope has been caught on a rock. And every now and then it kind of like grinds against the rope, kind of fraying it. And you come to the conclusion that a mole had dug its way underneath the targets and jammed it. But managed to jammed it when she was using it, but then it had become loose, which started working again. Because you saw the man, after she walked away, started going back to like try to fix it because it stopped completely. So he probably kicked it a few times and it started working again. So whatever had jammed it like broke loose and was able to function again.
How unfortunate.
Is there like any? I want to basically block the mole hill so that it can't do it again. If there's anything small that I could do that with, but if not, he's not particularly invested.
Okay. You don't see anything nearby that would like fit over top without covering one of the targets. You could go ask him, but if you're not too committed to it, then
No, he was just curious, honestly.
okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. Pudding?
Pudding.
I feel like Dragon woke up just then.
He heard. She. All right, to the pudding, and his eyes just like snapped open. Pudding. Sweet soup.
Sweet soup.
Sweet soup. Izzy gets down and then starts trying to run off.
So
Sweet
as
soup, sweet
you
soup, sweet
enter the pudding tent, you notice that there's now some sort of game set up inside, as people have now are starting to gather inside the tent. It has a little sign that says, Yondala's yuck, luck. Fuck.
Don't you just misspell it a whole bunch? You gotta,
Yeah, like fun.
or like, are there some kids graffitiing it to make it funny?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly it now. Canon. So there's these people who are jumping across tables to get to the edge of the giant pudding. Other people are hurling food at the person jumping to try to knock them off. And it's kind of the person who gets to the pudding the fastest without being knocked off is crowned the pudding king or queen. And is given the first bite of the pudding. Entries are 5 gold, and it seems like it's wrapping up soon, since the cutting of the cake pudding is beginning soon, as the sun is now beginning to set. But other than
Well,
that,
I still don't have 5 gold, so
there's other people just kind of mingling around, talking to each other, waiting for the ceremony to begin.
Sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup.
I'm not paying 5 gold so that you can get pudding slightly sooner than you normally would.
Sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup.
I'm not paying 5 gold so that you could get pudding slightly sooner than when you normally would.
He definitely wasn't paying attention to the fact that you could get it sooner. He's just saying.
Okay, good. I'm just holding off on it.
Alright, so if no one wants to participate, Y'all can just hang out for a few minutes, because it's almost sunset and they're about to start the cake. The cake. I always get cake. Cake cutting, pudding cutting, same thing.
I think the wizard should go try to beat all of these little gnomes at getting the.
I actually would love to see that. Feely, why don't you participate?
Sweet soup.
Go ahead, you should participate. If you're trying to study it, there's no better way.
Study for a distance. I don't have very much money.
I could not hear what you said.
I don't have very much money, and I can study it from a distance.
Oh, you're not going to get the same results.
I think I will.
But what if the first bite is magical?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet soup,
The
sweet soup, sweet
Chances
soup.
of my winning it would be very low. Anyway,
Well,
No
you'll
fun.
never know unless you try.
no, I could merely guess based on the amount of people here.
That's
that
a
many
guess.
of them who have entered would mean it would be a very low chance that I would do it, and it would be a substantial chunk of money.
Dragon comes over to Feli and like kind of like tugs on her whatever her dress or robe and says, You don't eat 100% of the bites you don't take."
Mm-hmm.
Statement is true. Yes.
Sweet
Go
soup,
on.
sweet soup, sweet soup,
Try it
sweet
out.
soup.
I mean, what, are you writing this for a paper or something?
Yes. In fact,
Well, wouldn't it look so much better for your paper if you can declare yourself the queen of pudding? Shows
That's right.
initiative.
be the queen of pudding.
Huh?
I don't desire to be the queen of pudding.
Lack of ambition.
To be the queen of pudding.
Just lack of ambition. I don't know, if I was a professor, I'd judge that pretty harshly.
I don't see you entering.
I already entered a contest.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
If you want to throw food at the current contestant, go ahead and make a range attack with like an improvised weapon. So
It's just
if
a
you don't have
straight
to,
deck.
yeah,
Oh.
miss. You dodge as you just throw it right over their head. You nail them straight in the back and they fall off the chair that they were standing on. And there's a bunch of cheers as he begins to stand up off the ground. A bit bruised, but totally fine. And the
And-
next person begins to line up.
I wanna. Once the next person starts running, I wanna, accidentally and hopefully not at looking like it was me who did it, nail Axid with one.
Okay.
First off, how dare you? And second, how dare you make a pun out of it?
Yeah, roll a dex check to see if you can hit her AC.
Accidentally.
Nope.
Ah!
So it
I was
flies
hopefully
by
I'll
your
skip it.
face, Axid. And you look
Yeah.
around trying to see if that was on purpose. Fuck, roll. Yeah, sleight of hand. You have no idea. No idea if that was on purpose or if you just got in the way, but like you're kind of off away from it, so like someone had to hurl that really hard to get anywhere close to you.
I have my eyes narrowed and I'm looking around at these traitors.
Sweet soup!
I do appreciate the 5-24-5. That's
It's pretty good. As you all are waiting, throwing food or not, just sitting at the table, you hear a commotion at the front of the gate, of the flap of the tent, and there's a few more people who are hearing it and starting to poke their head out to see what's happening before, like, actually going outside.
I'll check it out.
Okay. So you get up and you head outside the tent, and you see there's this big crowd surrounding this woman, and she's holding something in her hands. You can't quite see it from where you are with how many people are crowded around, but there's a lot of very concerned villagers.
Hmm.
And you hear whispering like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened to him. Is the mayor gonna be okay?
Oh.
No, it might be permanent. What are we gonna do?"
I'll grab the wagon and I'll kind of like try to, maneuver my way closer to see what's going on.
Okay. As you kind of like use your height a bit more to your advantage, you're able to weasel your way through a bit more. And you're able to see that this woman halfling is holding a frog in her hands. And she is just bawling. Absolutely in tears and absolute hysterics. And there's a few other people around her that are trying to calm her down. And then there's a few more that are talking and explaining to what seems to look like the guards of this area. Not like guards, but like the bodyguards that are supposed to be keeping peace.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just kind of trying to figure out what's happening. You hear a few more like whispers. "Oh, did you see who did it?" "Oh, yeah, I did. He was like some old gnome. He left as soon as it happened." And just keep whispers and everything happening. It's gotten enough attention that like the majority of people around and inside the tent have come outside to see what's happening.
That sucks. What, he got turned into a frog?
One of the lady halflings beside you goes, "Oh, haven't you not heard? That's our mayor, Mayor Barrel. He got turned into a frog by some gnome. They got into an argument or something. I'm not sure. I wasn't in the bar, but I've heard whispers about it."
Huh. Weird. I'm gonna leave.
Alright, you go back into the tent.
Yeah, and I'll tell the rest of the group, and I'm like, apparently the mayor got turned into a frog. This is a really unlucky celebration.
Definitely gonna go check that out.
Buck will also head that way.
That's a little weird.
Alright, so you all come outside the tent, and again you see a big, massive crowd outside. The security is trying to now kind of get everyone settled down and disperse and trying to figure out what to do. As you see this halfling woman holding this frog in her hands, just sobbing. She's a bit better now, but she's still like trembling and like crying. Hear similar rumors of like, "Oh, like I heard he got into an argument. Some gnome turned him into a frog." And then like some halflings like, "Oh, we shouldn't let them into our village in the first place." And he's quickly elbowed in the side and stops talking.
All it takes is one polymorph to start the racist rumblings. I see.
As you get closer, switch back over through the screen. Feli, you don't get any magic pickups from anyone except for the frog. Can you put up the card so I can see?
They'll take the magic. So the school, if it's an illusion or if it's a transmutation.
Okay.
That's good.
Looking into my notes. It is definitely some sort of magic, but you can't really pinpoint it down to a specific school, which is kind of odd.
So no ordinary spell.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's an ordinary spell that happened to him. Did my music finally stop? Oh wow, it did. Is there
I'm
anything
gonna
else?
ask. Well, anyone around really? Like, has this happened before?
There's another halfling man, and he shakes his head. Absolutely not. There hasn't been anything like this at all in any of our past years of putting Faire. It's usually pretty passive, like really happy and friendly. There's actually been a lot more accidents here than normal. Not anyone getting hurt to like any extent, but this is probably the worst I've seen so far.
Meanwhile, the child fucking bleeding on the floor.
Yeah, unconscious child. It's
Children
fine.
Children have it coming. They're resilient.
They have it
Yeah,
coming.
look at Dragon.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to approach the woman holding the frog.
Mm-hmm. She's calmed down a bit more, but she's still like some tears are falling and she's sniffling. The frog in her hands is absolutely fucking shaking, like it is trembling.
Hello, ma'am. I am Fuck of Fucking Duck Detective Agency, and I actually have experience with this sort of event. I would love to look into this.
I've been waiting for this the entire time. Yes, amazing. She kind of looks up at you, a bit startled by all the profanity, and she's like, "What?"
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, ma'am. I am Fuck of Fucking Duck Detective Agency. I actually have some experience dealing with polymorph issues, and I would love to take your case.
All right.
Elective.
My husband got turned into a frog. We were at the bar, and one of the gnomes got into a big huff, and my husband tried to stop him, and he blew some weird dust in his face, and he turned into a frog. And she begins crying again.
Is this a gnome from around town, or a guy who came in for the festival, or?
She continues to cry, and one of the women beside her speaks up, and she goes, "Oh no, this gnome was not from here. He's from beyond the Tree Penny Woods."
And what's in the Tree Penny Woods?
Oh, that's where the gnome cities are usually. It's where most of the gnomes here come from.
Okay. And has anyone seen him since, or did he abscond?
She shakes her head. No, I think he went into the woods. He stormed off afterwards, I believe.
Excellent. Well, I'll track him down. And yeah.
All right. The woman beside the wife looks completely confused as the wife is still crying. Still with a frog husband and has no idea what to do.
Ma'am, can I see your husband?
Oh, what? She kind of looks up at you.
Like holding out my hands to take the frog.
The frog is larger than you are. And she kind of holds him up. You can examine him, but I don't want to give him to you.
Okay. I just thought he might want to meet Duck.
She looks confused.
Well, Duck is in a similar situation. But, that's okay. Later.
Oh, okay. And she kind of cradles her husband closer to herself again.
I kind of reach up and I touch the frog.
It's slimy. Like
Exactly
a
as
frog.
expected. All right, and he runs off.
Okay.
Whack him!
Should find him.
runs behind him. Wait, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup.
Right, pudding first. Turn direction.
So you're going back into the tent?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sweet soup.
we gotta have pudding.
Does everyone follow? Or people have more questions?
Alicia, you're not coming through.
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. I said I go after Dwagon because,
Okay.
like,
Yeah, that makes sense. Felly?
I mean, if there's anyone that has seen where this gnome went, aside from into the forest, more precise, perhaps.
The woman that was beside the wife kind of shakes her head. No, no one followed him into the woods. No one, why would we? If he turned the mayor into a frog, why would we try to aggravate him anymore?
See,
The crowd is starting to disperse a bit more as people have just accepted that, hey, their mayor's a frog now. Let's go get pudding.
that's fair.
Sometimes it happens.
Some
You know?
damn good pudding.
guess I'll try to look out for anything suspicious. I
Alright.
guess that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah, but have you guys had pudding before?
Everyone goes back into the tent. It's pretty packed in here, but it's not as many people as you thought there would be, actually. A lot of people have put their kids to bed. There's not that many kids here. It's very late for them, especially since if they've been up since like 7 a.m. And a lot of the people are either very drunk or passed out. So it's kind of packed in here, but not too many. Too packed. Fuck, can you roll a perception check?
I would love to perceive.
Okay. You glance around the crowd and you see a particular someone that you had a drawing of. Why was I here at this festival again? Oh right, I was tracking someone down, and you spot them across the tent before they quickly duck out of the flap out the back.
Right, shit! And I start running after her.
Okay.
I immediately run after fuck.
I run after Dwagon.
Okay, there's now a clown
Nice.
car running out of the tent.
No one's gonna
assume-
sit down and eat pudding?
it's pack mentality.
Pack mentality. Okay. Let's see here. Scroll. All the way down.
Obviously, no one here has ever been in a pack before.
Okay. So you run outside. Make another perception check. You look around and she is nowhere in sight. There is not a single person outside these tents anymore. It's pretty barren. So everyone is inside getting ready for the cutting of the pudding.
Oh well.
And then
I
you
guess- I
have
guess I-
Dwagon that runs smack into you.
I get bowled over by a kobold.
Yep.
I come
And
out
then
and
a
I
bigger dragonborn.
Yep.
I put the child leash on him.
Sweet soup, and he runs in a different direction, and then and starts like running in place when he reaches the end of his leash.
Yes, we're getting sweet. You ran out of the place where you were going to get it.
Sweet soup, sweet soup, sweet soup.
Head back inside.
Alright. You all head back inside, and the mayor's wife is now the one to cut the pudding. She is still crying. And
It's so awful that they made her still do it.
It was supposed to be the mayor, but hey, he's a frog.
I'm just saying, like, at this point, let someone else.
Yeah. And the pudding king gets the first bite. After that, the pudding is shared among everyone else, and the night fades away into song and dance and drinking and more pudding. Is there anything else that people would like to do before they go back to their tavern for the night? To the hotel. In?
Eat my body weight in pudding?
Can do, 100%.
I eat
Everyone
a little
else
bit
is.
of and actual food.
Mm-hmm.
I eat more than my body weight in pudding.
Perfect.
I eat pudding and no, I probably don't have anything. I was like, Axa would definitely be the type of person that would go to an all-you-can-eat bar, like buffet, and like take food with her.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she doesn't have anything, so she just eat the food there.
All right.
You didn't bring baggies to take pudding?
No, I don't think she did. Next time.
All right. So if there's anything else no one wants to do, y'all head back to your tavern at various times at night that you seem fit,
Mm-hmm.
and you fall asleep.
Woo.
Scrolling up. The crow of a rooster awakens you from slumber, followed by the sound of a brass band cranking up. Roll up for the pudding fair, cries a voice from the street below. Peering out the inn's window, you see a crowd of happy halflings and gnomes bustling towards the fairgrounds of the Valley's Green. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, on the day of the annual pudding fair.
Wait a sec.
And
Yes,
I think that's
it
where we're
was
going to
the
end the
pudding.
session.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hey, welcome to the pudding fair!
Wait
Again!
a second. I can see how this could
Wait, I get to do it all over again?
First, we need to exterminate the moles.
Moles, got it. Mm-hmm.
The moles. Yeah.
Clearly most important.
But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm sorry it went really fucking long. I hope you guys had fun.
No, I mean, honestly,
I don't
that's
think
not...
it went that long. I mean,
Okay.
it's before midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Means we get to do it all over again.
That's great. I fucking love it. I'm so excited.
The goal of hitting one day of the time loop
Complete.
succeeded.
Day 1 done. Day how many ever left? Continues. That was really stressful.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
You did
fine.
a really great job.
Okay, I was just trying to like keep my timelines in order.
Mhm.
Mm.
It was fun though.
Yeah, good job.
And just walking up to like the traumatized mayor's wife and being like, "Hi, I'm company a fucking duck.
Yes.
How can I help you?" But yeah,
You did a great job, Jamie. I'm super fucking excited.
thank you. Ha ha ha.
Which shall happen soon.
You fell into my plan. Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording here.